Nobody likes onions. The show everyone loves to hate.
Arigato! Welcome to the show, everybody. It's Thursday. Little burp there. Sorry, I had Thai food tonight, and I did spring for a spice level 8, which is a little higher than I usually go for. And I did take one of those Prilosec or whatever you're supposed to take. Zertron 5. I popped one of those. But you do get a couple of fire burps. Don't worry, it's none of your concern. Huh? Not a lot of comedians can hit a post like that. How you doing, everybody? Puff, puff, pass, 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 give, receive, die, is what I always say. The chat's being very mean to me tonight. As usual, it's a white woman. I assume Jocelyn is a white woman. Longest intro ever. Die under a rock. Your excuse of like, oh, sorry, I'm 2 hours ahead, so I'll do as you wish and go to bed instead. It's like, yeah, what were you going to do? You know me, we could be rambling here for 9 hours tonight. So what were you going to do? You were going to stay up for that? But because I started 10 minutes, into this, you're going to get mad about it? Fuck off! Give us a like, won't you? I'm sick of hearing about it. Is it true that Kirkland saw Casper's Jesus Walks Into a Bar TikTok, and now they're partnering to make an aged whiskey? That is a good rumor. I'm gonna try to not die coughing for the whole show, but it is a risk. How's Crazy Joe doing anyway? The onions haven't bothered him in a long time. I would like to catch up with a lot of our Hall of Fame nuts tonight if we could. We've got a lot of Cool Cat Funhouse stuff to go over. Holy shit, is this guy prolific? And by the way, I don't know if Derek Savage is like making this many videos, or as we know, he's the master of the recycle, the recut, the rechop. So who knows? It could just be regurgitated garbage. Lev says, I'm going to skip bed for this. Priorities, people. That's insane. There's a balance. Find your balance. Paprika show open mic will go live tonight. That might be fun to pop in on. AWOL Nation just released a new video. We are all insane. That's great. I don't know why I'm getting that notification. Yeah! That's my David Hewlett impression. Yeah! Oh my God. You got to catch up on the content. I know by the way, if you only watch on YouTube, you're behind. You really should catch the live shows because you're a week or two ahead if you're up on the live drama. It takes me a week to get a show out, not because I'm that slow and retarded. Oh my God, we launched Melton in the Morning, my morning show, Tuesdays and Thursdays this week over on Rockfin. That thing's published. And I got 5 clips pulled from it, 2 hours later and published. The show's up in real time and everything. Over here on YouTube, I got to argue with them on every show about monetization. It's so insane. So it takes a week. Or I'll just have to put the show up without it being monetized. At which point, what is this all even for? I need the money. I need the dollars. By the way, it is my birthday coming up. Please send in all of your hot money. And also over there on Rockfin, ROKFIN.com/NLO. You can get access to that exclusive Melton in the Morning show. Also on the Overdose as well. Head over and save 10% of the Overdose with promo code THANKS. Use promo code THANKS. Save 10% on the Overdose. That's only $9 a month. If you can't afford that, I don't want you in my circles. Also, I just drew those. Stay out of my circles. So yeah, please do that. Please support the show. Please, somebody was asking. They said that buying me an Amazon gift card or giving me money for my birthday seemed gauche. Their word, not mine. First of all, it's not gauche. Our hot new merch over at nobodylikesonions.com/store. Of course, if you're an Overdose member, you always save 15% across the board on the new merch. But we do have lots of new merch over there. It is hot as fuck. I've got beanies and fitted hats for the people who have been begging for it over at nobodylikesonions.com/store. We're done plugging it now. You don't need to hear about how the For Me clothing, hottest new streetwear line has dropped. You don't need to hear it from me. Go check it out yourself. nobodylikesonions.com/store. As Richard Zimmer says, you're going to love the way you look. George Zimmerman? I can't remember which one's the shooter and which one owns Men's Warehouse. George Zimmerman, you're going to love the way you look. You know that guy from the TV? Head over and buy something. Head over and join something. If giving me cash is too gauche, if buying me an Amazon gift card is too gauche, I don't want you to be my friend. But I do have an Amazon wish list. I'll set that up. I'll set up a forwarding URL at nobodylikesonions.com/wish. That won't work now live, but I'll have to set it up. Or I won't. I'll forget, and you'll go to buy me a present, and it won't work at all. I'm a 43-year-old man next week, so I don't really want for things. If I want something, I go out and buy it myself like an adult. But it is nice to know that you're loved. So even if you don't want to get me something, a hand-drawn card, or I don't know if you're into like making meringues or caramels, swing by, bring me a plate. Bring me a platter of hand-pulled caramel. Do you pull caramel? I don't even know, but you better pull it. Has anybody even tried to pull it? There are a lot of things like we do taffy pulling. That's how they make taffy. They just keep pulling it and keep stretching it. Why don't we do that to all foods? Do we even know they could be a lot better? Have we even tried pulled pizza? We do pulled pork. Why don't we do pulled beef? Why don't we do pulled eggs? Why don't we do pulled... Okay, is this a bit dumb? Mark it down in my notebook. Can I send you cat teeth from my cat? Yes. We have a P.O. box for this very reason that I pay hundreds of dollars a year for. Please visit us at nobodylikesonions.com and go under the contact tab. Get out. Send me the weirdest shit you have in your house. I'm begging you. I'm telling you, go up in the attic, get grandma's teeth out of the jar. Go down in the basement, find the old photos of your dad's pickled hens. I don't care what you have in your home that's creepy as shit. You probably have a rolled up leg from an old uncle somewhere in the back of a closet. Go get it, blow the dust off it, wrap it up and send it to my P.O. box. We'll unbox it here on the air. Anything you can send, as long as it's legal. Don't send explosives and stuff. I don't want to be getting swarmed when I go try to pick up this P.O. box stuff. But please send it. Send it. Now, I'm going to let you know right now, you send me a tray of cookies, I am not eating them. I will feed them to my dog live on the show, and we'll see if she dies. Dogs don't have souls. Their lives are meaningless, and I'll be damned if I sit around and give two rats asses if she keels over from cookies from a fan. I say, great entertainment, great hits, give us a like. Be swatted? Please don't swat. People who swat, that's not funny, and it's not, for people who don't know, swatting, I'll tell you, like, go ahead and do it, because you get seriously fucked by the federal government if you get caught doing this. It's when you I'm live, so wouldn't it be funny if police swarmed this room? That'd be funny because you get to see it happen live, right? It's like getting to hover over the bed and watch yourself come during sex. It's just like that. Because you're like, I did that. Right? So you call the cops and you go hey, there's this guy, Patrick. He beats his wife. He's got her tied up. She texted me. He took her phone and smashed it. So you can't get a hold of her now. He's got her tied up and he's threatening to kill her and himself at his house. So you call the authorities and say that and give them my address. And then the cops do what's called, they SWAT me, which is basically they show up with, an inordinate amount of firepower and manpower. Door bashing occurs sometimes. And people get shot. People accidentally get shot. And people think it's funny, but first of all, this is a giant waste of taxpayer money. People already hate the cops enough. The cops are on edge when they go into situations like this. You'll really get somebody hurt. So don't fuck around with this kind of stuff. There is a line. There's just a line. And by the way, check me if I ever get close to crossing that. You just won't see me advocating for that kind of stuff. Is it funny to call Ocha Thai and ask, do you know the gay Mexican there? That's funny. That's comedy. Calling authorities to rain down on someone's house with lethal force over a complete misunderstanding, by the way. I have a daughter and a wife at home. That's not fair to them. Cops running through here with those cool ass guns with flashlights on the top. That's all I'd ever want as a cop. I'd be like, can I get one of those pistols with the little Magnum flashlight on the top? Because that's cool. I used to play cops and robbers when I was a kid, and I remember the most annoying part of it was having to run around the house with a flashlight and a gun. Now you get the flashlight gun. The only cooler thing would be the flashlight on the gun and a laser sight on the side. And then maybe a drink dispenser on the other side. And then maybe a basket that hangs below the gun that just holds boneless wings. Yeah, I could get into being a cop. Are you allowed to do that? Do we have any cops in the chat that could pipe up about experience with that kind of stuff? I gotta know. Patrick looks like one of the guys from Less Than Jake's dad. Gotta be the same age. At least. Patrick looks like one of the guys from Less Than Jake's dad. First of all, everybody in Less Than Jake looks like a fucking dad now. Okay? And by the way, when I remember going to college and being in my early 20s, I've been to several Less Than Jake concerts. I used to get in that mosh pit and skank it up. Ska was my jam, everything from fucking Save Ferris to this fucking band. Less Than Jake. I went and saw them at what's that? It was something supper club in Orlando. And I must have been in college or recently out of college. And I remember seeing Less Than Jake and thinking they all look like dads. And this is 18 years ago. So I know for a fact they just played Brooklyn Bowl here in Vegas a few months back. I was at a show for Newfound Glory, and they were playing there the next night. Now, I'm not such a ska fan anymore that I would go see Less Than Jake, but yeah, I used to listen to Goldfinger. I've seen Goldfinger. I used to go to Warped Tour and see all that shit. So, I imagine Less Than Jake's dads are dead. You know what I mean? Or they're 90. So I don't think I look like one of Less Than Jake's dads. These rumors aren't true. Call everybody. Let them know. Let them know. I don't look like Less Than Jake's dads. These are rumors, and I don't want to start this stuff. You mean swatted? Isn't that what I said? I'm so lost. Somebody said that's hot. I don't know what that means. Oh, I remember it had to be 2099. No. This had to be 98, 99. This had to be early. They looked old. The reason I know that is because my friend Patrick, his name was also Patrick Lafferty. His Moody said, "You do look dead though." That means a lot coming from you. Fucking I won't do it. I'm not taking the bait, Moody. Nice try. Love to you and yours. Your dog's adorable, and I wish nothing but health to you and your family, your fiance, and your pets. May your garden bear fruit, and may June and July. Captain Daddy is looking for a new pay gig. Pay gig? Patrick, you do look a little pale. Are you feeling all right? That's weird because I did just say that I just ate Thai food and it was spicy and I did just cough up a ton. But it may be the purple lighting in here. Is it making me look weird? I don't mean to look pale. I'm sorry about that. I'll take it though. It's an alternative to my patchy red normal self. You can't control the color of my skin. What were we talking about? Oh, Less Than Jake. So my friend Patrick's pager, he had a pager. And I'll never forget, he didn't have a cell phone at the time. I had a cell phone. And he lost his pager, so I was calling his pager and putting my number into his pager. So if somebody found it, they would call that number. And it made its way somehow. Somebody found the pager and threw it up on stage. And the lead singer of Less Than Jake got it and was like, "Whose pager is this?" And then read my phone number out to the whole crowd. And I got like six calls from weird Less Than Jake fans that night for giving out my number to the crowd. I don't remember. I think he did get it back. Which was amazing. Yeah, what was that place called? The something supper club in Orlando. And oh god, it was a pretty good venue for shows. Totally into the dead thing too. Okay, might be time for you to take a back seat to the rest of the gang. Who's the rest of the gang? We have a lot of stuff tonight. Ty Rivera has posted 2 new videos. They're pretty short. Moody says, I like my coffee like I like the tape holding up the onion leaf. Yeah, I thought it was funny. I think it's funnier to have the tape showing. If I had it my way, I'd put it on the front, but I did paint and finish it nicely. And I don't want to fuck up the finish with Gorilla Tape. I will have a new solution coming up, by the way. I'm working on finding a company that can do what I want. I think about going with a neon back here, but I also have another idea for something else. But the neon, you know, all these LED neon makers now, it's so fucking cheap. Everybody and their mom has a fucking neon sign now. It's ugh. So like I have some requirements. I have some ideas on what I want it to do, and every company that makes these fucking things, he's like refuses to do it. And I'm like, you can do it though. Like they all like give me advice on like what to do. If they do it, if they build what they can build, how I can mod it to do what I want to do. And I'm like, yeah, but you just do that though. Like you have a workshop, you're building this, you just do what you're telling me to do. They're like, yeah, we can't. Multiple places have told me this. It's like, I'm going to pay you the money. Charge me for the extra to make it do this. And they're like, yeah, no, we can't do it. Can't be fucked. So it's very, very weird. Moody says, the tape is your Glade plugin. Ugh. Can you imagine? Sometimes I do wonder if this studio is bigger than Ty's apartment. Because that, I think, is the ultimate revenge. Look, from what we know, his lamp is on a night table. He's got his sign like taped to the room. Imagine when he brings a guy home. Imagine how awkward those first few moments are where he's like, sorry about the mess. He's got to fold down the ring light tripod. He's peeling down the unbothered sign. He's trying to turn the purple light to a normal color. He's like, sorry about all this. I do an internet. It's a YouTube. I get hundreds of. Don't worry about this. It's like, Patrick, don't you get hundreds of views on your? Yeah, but I haven't uprooted my life to do it. Imagine if this was like my living room and I told my wife, hey, sorry, I get hundreds of views, so I have to turn our living situation into a I have to turn our living situation into my studio. And then like make excuses for the flies flying around inside. Sorry guys, I have an air conditioner. It's like, what? What? You act like everywhere that has air conditioning is used to flies flying around. By the way, you want to plug in something cool with a purple light. How about a bug zapper? You know what I mean? That served 2 purposes. Just put one of those bug zappers in the corner. Every once in a while, the unbothered sign flickers. Bzz, unbothered. Bzz. Oh, fuck. Closing time is playing. What does that mean? Look, Kyle, don't come in here being cryptic out of the box, okay? You're coming in a little hot and cryptic. Closing time is playing. How dare You mean for my life? For my well-being? Is this because I'm turning 43? I won't be made fun of for being old. I won't be made fun of for being fat. I won't be made fun of for having a taped sign. Life is too long and serious for me to sit around and take that kind of stuff. So I will be taking everyone's name and get your address and make a personal vendetta against you where I hunt you down. Closing time is playing. Yeah. While Ty takes down his little signs. his little signs. Oh, what you doing? Taking down your little signs and stuff? Gross. It is 11 o'clock. Let's see if the Paprika show is going live with the Ghost Pepper mic. That'd be dope. Why don't they have their own page? Ghost Pepper open mic. Doesn't exist. Just still photo of the two of them eating a ghost pepper while he takes down his little signs and stuff. Oh God, I love that. His little signs. Don't take down my little bit of sign. So yeah, no live stream yet at the Paprika show. 39 likes, 72 Whoa, they just went live. Oh God, I'm gonna have to get rid of my thing. It's in the way. No, wait, maybe I can move it. Hold on. Can we make this full screen? Ooh, Lottie. There we go. I've never seen this. Look at the already though better camera. This is nice. Oh, let's not. They're gonna find out that we're streaming it and they're gonna be upset. You think they're checking it? Oh no, we're being sponsor blasted again. Moody, will you take care of that, man? Wrath of Butch is piping up, says, when Ty left Ocha for the last time, do you think on the way out he stopped and turned and saw the ghosts of all the good times from the past 2 months and him running the place like 5 a.m. from Cheers? The thing is, they're definitely going to find out. I guarantee you right now what they're doing is checking just on their phones to see if we're covering them. 100%. But what we heard was Ty swung by and hung out. Tell him that the onions are coming. Ty went by and hung out last time. And now that he's not in control of the stream, he can't avoid these cameras. They do a multi-camera setup now. You know. So he can't avoid them. They've got 3 or 4 angles around the room. And if Ty shows up there, he's gonna be on camera. They keep switching him around. I don't think anybody's even like manually doing the cameras. It's on like a rotation thing, like security cameras. So, listen to how dead quiet it is. You can hear a pin drop in this room. Listen to the echo. I hear someone ordering in the back. You tell them the onions are coming. You tell them the onions are coming. And hell's coming with me, everybody. David Hewlett checking the stream. Yeah. Let's see how they kick it off. Let's maybe it's great. Maybe it's great, you know. I do give everything its fair due. Oh boy. Oh boy, it's a phone. The live video has ended. So he did 100%. I think he said they're watching the live stream, and then he leaned in and tapped stop broadcasting. Woo-wee, daddy. I want there to be thousands of people hate watching me and masturbating with their little dicks. I want, like, who cares if we're watching you? If we're watching you, we must be entertained. If we're entertained, you're doing your job. Why can't we watch? Why can't we watch? Kyle Anderson says a San Diego comic I met at a club last week told me, ooh, a club, look who's working. Told me about when he went to Vegas and popped into an open mic only to get heckled by the tattooed host. He was like, I'll never do another mic in Vegas again.
Oh, no.
Well, that's what you want. Mission accomplished. Literally like turning comics off from comedy. It's so fucking weird. So I can't believe it. Are they really going to be like Ty and just bail? Somebody told me, oh God, he posted a YouTube link. They're going live on YouTube maybe. Oh no, he just posted a link. Oh no. Live, baby. Yeah, this is a mess. So if you go to their Facebook, it now just 4 minutes ago after he ended the live stream, now it just is a new post that links to a YouTube. When you click this YouTube, it goes to a recorded show of theirs with 14 views from a day ago. And look at this. We have Ryan Bourassa, Red Dead Ryan. So he's not the GrandTheftGinger anymore. Now he's Red Dead Ryan. Every time a new hot game comes out, he changes his name. That's how he's going to stay ahead of the allegations. So Red Dead Ryan is not only watching this, but there's one thumbs up, by the way, so it's Ryan. He goes, hey, way to add nothing. So I'm betting money that Ryan didn't even watch this. By the way, how's his channel doing after our exposure? This guy's completely given up comedy. Now he's just posting. Look at this. 3 hours ago, 3 views. 6 hours ago, 7 views. 1 day ago, 23 views. Just nothing. 9 days ago, 16 views. 23 views 2 weeks ago. Just nothing. Nothing. Who is Ryan Bourassa? What is this? Oh, this must
Hey
be.
everybody, if you've been
Whoa.
watching my YouTube channel, you'll see that I've been roasted recently. Roasted real good too.
Whoa.
And I just immediately downloaded the video and uploaded it to my YouTube channel, monetizing it. So way to go, dummy. Now I'm making money off of your stupid.
Is this true? First of all, are you making money? 6 views. He did a clap back to me that's so weak, I had to stumble across it organically to get served. What the fuck? Somebody said roasted like his skin every time he did. Hold on. So this guy made a 20. This is recent. I thought this was a re-upload of an old thing. So this is a 2 week ago cope video he made about me, 22 minutes. I've never seen this. Holy shit. 6 views. No comments. What about the hey?
Good fucking video. And now I'm gonna make another video off of your stupid fucking video. Thank you so much for the inspiration.
Wow. So every suspicion we had about this guy was right. He's an emotional, reactive baby. You're sitting in a linoleum-walled shower, I assume, so you don't make a mess when the backsplatter comes out. I don't know what's all over your lens, just normal Bourassa dust, or is this some sort of Vaseline effect? But okay. Maybe you were eating fried chicken and touched the lens. You look like the Unabomber, and you're emotional as fuck, dog. Listen to you. Listen to you go. Good job, dummy. We got fucking another fucking video, dummy. It's like it's not even out there anymore. It's just in here. Who is this coat piece for? You don't have a. Hey, dum-dum. You don't have fans. You don't have an audience. You get 1,000 views on shorts because people see shorts scrolling mindlessly. You don't have fans. This has 6 views. This has 6 views. Good job, dummy. I'm monetizing this. Oh, God. 6 views. Did you monetize it? I don't know if you can jingle hundredths of cents. Holy fuck. Wow, Ryan is so clever. He really owns you. Yeah. He thinks that. Good job, you fucking idiot. He's so emotional. This guy, like, it's good that this guy's against guns because he's not. I'm starting to think that the people who are like so anti-gun are that way because they know how unstable they themselves are. You're in and out of institutions. You've effectively beaten women, apparently. And I don't know what this crazy blurry coat piece is, but okay. Let's see what the 6 viewers net you. Good job, dummy. I'm monetizing you. Oh, no.
Anyway, before I make my reaction video to my roasting...
Do you know how videos work? You're making it now already. Roasting. It's not roasting. You have allegations of assault. You've been in and out of institutions. You beg for places to live a lot. Like, I've seen it. You lie about people. I've seen it.
I wanted to address a couple things. Long before I began doing these YouTube videos, I've been a stand-up comedian. And that being said, as a stand-up comedian, you learn to take all of your flaws and present them to people. I usually talk about myself when I'm on stage, and I take all the what I consider the worst parts or the most embarrassing parts.
Is this a real guy? Is this like how anyone talks? I consider to take the best parts and the worst parts, and I do. Do you normally low energy explain things with vocal fry to people when you're confident and innocent? The day I make a video against a serious backdrop, let me explain a few things before I make my reaction video. Don't! Just make it! This is like your act. We're already bored. Let's go!
Parts of my life, and I tell them to rooms full of strangers, people I literally don't know, in an effort to make them laugh and relate to me. And that's what a stand-up comic does. That being said, I have a lot of flaws. So many flaws. So yeah, I'm comfortable saying that, because I know myself better than anybody. When it comes down to...
These are lies that shell people say. You don't know yourself. You don't know yourself. You're just like Casper. I'm a comic, then I'm a video game guy. You'll probably rap soon, you know? You don't know yourself. You lie. You lie. You're one of these SJW white knighting bad dudes. You claim to stand up for men and women as one of these little twinks, these little SJW white knight twinks. And then behind the scenes, you do what you were supposed. You don't do what you were supposed to do. You do what you blame others for doing. Okay? Tell the story about the assault. Explain it. We'd love to know.
To internet confrontation, like the one that I'm having with Marcus and his supporters, it's people who don't know you saying nasty things about you. And that's it, too. When I made my Marcus videos...
Whoa, who's Marcus? Maybe this isn't about me.
The nastiest thing that I said about him was probably that he was a cunt. Or that he was Hitler's wet dream. Because he has blonde hair and blue eyes. And he looks Aryan. He literally looks like what Hitler
Jealous
thought was
Ginge.
the perfect, ideal person. And that's just a joke. The stuff that I get thrown at me is you're ugly or you're a druggie or something like that. It's just flat out insults. No argument because there's nothing to be had. I can stare dead into a camera and say, I'm gay and retarded. Like, I don't care, you know? That is how you conquer things. That's how you don't let people get under your skin. Unless you are a very close friend of mine who knows me at a personal level, you cannot hurt.
I mean, there's no bigger lie, right? There's no bigger lie. It's like you don't go, let me explain something. None of this bothers me. I did download your video and re-upload it. Monetized, sucker. And I did make this 20-minute reaction video. But before I start it, let me explain something. I don't care about any of it. I can't believe I stumbled upon this. Now, I'm being very, very vain and assuming this is about me, but apparently there's something with a guy named Marcus. Eric in the chat is saying, we mostly know him from his considerable YouTube fame. It's interesting that he used to be a comedian. I had no idea. Wow. Got him. Marcus Dietz. They were roommates for a while. Who Ryan accused of stealing money from him. Crazy Joe says he has no soul. If Crazy Joe's really here, that's fucking dope. I love Crazy Joe. But this is a classic case of the I don't cares, right?
I don't care. I don't care.
Like, people who don't care don't care. I actually get taken aback quite a bit when I'm out in public and somebody who I've never met before who watches the show. A lot of local comics here watch the show, don't necessarily pipe up in the chat, don't necessarily reach out to me, but they'll come up to me in clubs or at shows I'm at and go like, hey, I like what you do. Like, it's very, very weird. Or they come up to me and they'll ask me like, so what's going on with Ty? And it's like, I have no idea. I have no idea. I honestly, like, this is like a siphon. I started it by getting this going. You know, I started the old sucking, but you guys keep it going. You guys point things out to me. You guys show me stuff. I don't go out hunting for these guys to make fun of. When I get out of this room, I'm out of this room. I'm not looking around for things to do and find out about Ty Rivera. That's why when I stumble across something like this, it's like, oh my God. Oh my God. He has no soul. This happened a while ago. Like you said, it must be re-uploaded. It was a thing on the comic scene when I was in Vegas like 2 years ago, I think. Yeah, but the way I feel, this has to be an old video. There's no way this is new, right? Yeah,
feelings. That's it. And I hope everyone watching this applies this to their life as well. I feel like honesty.
This guy's such a
is
fucking
one of the most
charlatan.
important things in life and in stand-up comedy. Being honest makes it so that you don't have to write. Really, it makes it so that your job is a little easier, because oftentimes the truth is funnier than fiction. You know.
I love the fucking.
So, I consider myself a tremendously honest.
Oh, it's about Ty?
Success and influence by lying and ridiculing.
Some guy named Pure Health is making these videos about Ryan Bourassa? Pure Health? Well, now we got to know who Pure Health. I got to put the bong down for this.
Let's get back to it.
He completely contradicts himself in his other videos. This is the example, in his own words, of that.
Okay. Anytime. You know, it's this kind of... Jesus Christ, you gotta learn how to edit better, man. It's another funny part of the video.
Sick burn, Ryan.
This is not a real image. This is an edited image. You'll find this nowhere on the internet, and you can know this because it says uploaded by Ryan Bourassa right here. But he edited this part. Who is Ryan Bourassa? Originally, this should say, who is Marcus Rothkrantz?
Who
I
cares?
also took a thumbnail out of my video of me smoking weed and put snake oil stoner over it. I'm really touched and flattered by the level of effort that you went through with this image for some reason. But let's hear me contradict myself, shall we?
Did you edited together this
Makes you
video?
wonder how many idiots are out in the world. It makes me sick knowing that this is still a popular outlook.
Why would you ever judge medical marijuana? It's the closest thing to a miracle cure that's come out, like, ever. Oh my god, did I say cure on camera? How embarrassing. Oh no. Trouble is, I'm not selling anything, you fucking idiot. I'm a comedian. I can say whatever I want. It doesn't, I'm not...
So this is like some weird beef with a guy named Marcus from a long time ago that he re-uploaded? What a weirdo. Marcus Rothkrantz. So this is him trying to get back at this guy Marcus Dietz. So this is Bourassa's attempt at making a smear video, and it's 31 views. Okay. He did this for 31 views. Dope.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. You ever done a background acting gig before? I did one recently. I did it on January 11th. We're told we're going to get paid $100.
January
basically
6th.
Just sit around and do nothing, like most background acting gigs. At some point, the director came out and he told us that what we were about to see and be a part of would be the equivalent of like a TED Talk, you know, like a motivational, inspirational...
He got somebody to hold a camera and film this. Hold on. Somebody's saying that's not the same Marcus I was talking about, so this must be something different. There was a beef with Marcus Dietz where he claimed Marcus Dietz stole money from him. Yeah, he's arguing with some health guru. Like, what's going on? This is what he's up to? So this wasn't about me at all, as I suspected it might not be. But like, bro, you get 12 views on anything, on everything you do. Imagine flexing like that. Imagine going like, good job, idiot. I just monetized you. It's like, didn't a month ago we literally do a whole show proving that you make no money on YouTube? Proving it. Now look, I make hundreds. I don't make thousands. I'm not flexing at all. But I don't go around talking about all my money. You get an average of 7 views per video and have the gall. And if you think I'm joking, let me just read what's on my screen. 7, 12, 6, 5, 4, 15, 8, 32. How we doing? These are months old. Good job, idiot. I just monetized you, bro. Fuck. You've been monetized. Holy shit. Let's go back to the Paprika show and see if they've gone live again. Nope. And he deleted, look at this. He deleted the live show. It was there a minute ago. It's gone now. Completely gone. Like it never happened. Like it never happened. And what's the difference, by the way? Everything you do gets fucking how many views? You put it on YouTube.
On location with the men and women of
What is happening? 41 views. Red Dead Ryan classic sketch. Love these guys. Oh, a sketch? I'm in.
law enforcement.
If it's
On location.
If it's David CTE Hewlett doing a sketch, Daddy's in. Give us a like for the sketch. 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 Give us a like for the.
These lights will guide me home.
Okay, let's watch the sketch. How good could the sketch be? Cops. You paid for full screen. You're only going to need the square.
Location with the men and women of law enforcement.
Got a report of an
He's like, we're going to want to put this on all the socials. And a lot of the socials only let you do square screen. So what we'll do, we'll upload it to YouTube in 16:9. But the whole production will only be done in square. But inside the square, because I don't want people to miss anything, we will show the whole 16:9 video. And above and below the 16:9 video, we'll show blurred out stretched images. And to the sides of the square, we'll show blurred. So this is your effective video area, even though it could have been all this. If you could sum up David Hewlett as a person, this video is it. Yeah, we want it to be on mobile devices, so we'll just shrink it down to a square, but then we'll stretch it out because we want it to be on other devices, but then we'll just squish it down and format it in a way where it's squished down and squeezed in, and then we'll just stretch it out, then jack it together. Yeah, I've got Windows Movie Magic. I can do it. It's a template. Yeah, I love that.
licensed carny. Let's go get him. All right, which one of you is Ralph Tutella?
I'm Ralph Tutella.
No, I'm Ralph.
No, I'm Ralph Tutella.
No, I'm fucking Ralph Tutella.
I'm Harrison Dye.
Harrison, why would you fucking say anything at all?
Get a hold of Ralph. Get a hold.
Now listen, you freckled ginger fuck. I don't know what kind of Celtic sorcery this is, but you're gonna tell me right now who is Ralph Tutella.
Did you just use a hard R, you fucking pig?
I'm kidding. I'm not Ralph. I'm not Ralph. I'm not Ralph. Nope. Fuck.
Wow.
Hey, Ralph, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm not Ralph Tutella, you fucking pig. Get your hands off me.
Try to tell him I'm Ralph Tutella.
Cops is filmed on location with the men and
That comedy every Thursday night at 8:30 at the Silver Nugget. Steak and lobster for $9.99. Fucking many palm trees down here. We got freaking steak and lobster for $10.
It literally says movies by made by KineMaster. It's like these guys don't even believe in themselves enough to pay $4.99 for editing software. Also, this was made on his phone. Isn't KineMaster a phone software? It's like these guys don't believe in themselves enough to even import video to a program. It's like, what's going on? And by the way, you know, I've had brief interactions with Ralph Tutel. He seems like a nice guy. I hate to do this, but we may have to dissect what's going on in this apartment. It's a lot. It's a lot. There's yeah, there's a lot.
Location with the men and women of law enforcement.
Got a report of an unlicensed carny. Let's go get him.
It's like all around there's like colored banners up.
All right, which one of you is Ralph Tutel?
I'm Ralph.
Like there's like this looks like a college dorm.
No, I'm Ralph.
No, I'm Ralph Tutel.
No, I'm fucking Ralph.
I'm Harrison Dye.
Harrison, why would you fucking say anything at all?
Get a hold of Ralph. Get a hold.
Like look at the this is crazy how this is decorated.
Now listen, you
Everywhere there's like streamers. Here's a flag like nailed to the ceiling. What's going on? This looks like a flea market.
ginger fuck. I don't know.
I mean, it does look like an episode of Cops where that would occur.
What kind of Celtic sorcery this is, but you're gonna tell me right now.
And these people always have like weird mix of like old people furniture and new shit. They'll have like all this like new shitty art on the wall, but then like a mirror with this ornate frame around it that like you had to get from your nana, right? Like no one just go, you can't even get that mirror. You can't go to Target and like buy that mirror. This one? This isn't available anywhere. This mirror. This is something you say Bloody Mary 3 times into and then throw into a dumpster. Next to like some watercolors Ralph painted when he was high. So very weird. This star thing, that's like something you'd buy at Pier 1. But then like I made this. You know, it's just a very weird. Ryan Bourassa, I'd love to do a prank where we get realistic looking cops and really set Ryan Bourassa up in a situation where he thinks he's being arrested and see if he spits in the face of a cop and goes, fucking pig. I bet, I'm willing to bet, this boy fills his underoos. You know what I mean? If you got him to stand in a crock pot, he'd fill it with chili in 0.3 seconds. Just shooting down his leg. Several logs of runny red Ryan chili. Well, sorry, officer, I'm really enjoying pussy. Like, the idea. Who made this video, by the way? Somebody made a video about him where it's like, who is Ryan Bourassa? It's like, so we're not even, and that looked pretty old. So we're not even like the first people to like question your veracity. You're like, you're clearly a fraud. You're a shyster, dog. You're just shuffling around from roommate to roommate. Sad, sad stuff. Sad, sad state of affairs for Red Dead Ryan. But I guess the Paprika show has decided not to go live because of the onions. Dude, if we go live, they're going to watch it. We can't even upload it later. They might watch it. It's like, just be proud of it. Just sit in it. It looks a lot better than when Ty ran it. Be proud of it. I say. I don't know why the embarrassment, frankly. What you want to know what you should be embarrassed about? Somebody sent me this. Again, I don't want to. I'm done like exploring Casper, the comedian. Somebody said, Patrick, you got to see this. If you go over to Casper's videos on YouTube, he has a bit called the cha-cha slide versus the electric slide. This is one of his most popular comedy videos. 99 views. We're going to hit 100 today. I want you to listen to the audio of this bit. This is not something that should have ever been uploaded. People really don't understand audio. It's like no one wants to watch your shitty sounding shit. You hear me? Paprika show. So he uploads this. He thinks, I got a banger. Cha-cha versus electric slide. He made album art for this. He's like, this is going to be one of my big hits. I might blow up and be known for the cha-cha slide versus the electric slide bit. You know, this might be my getting my nails done by Angela Johnson moment. This is going to make me huge. So he makes the album art. He's got a logo. Did you know? Casper the Comic has this logo. It's one of the hardest to read things and worst iterations of artwork ever. But this is his logo, Casper the Comic, in this felt tip marker font with this cool Saved by the Bell star explosion. It looks like he made it at one of the Web 2.0's best logo designing websites in 14 by 14 pixel resolution. Looks really great. Casper the Comic. We get it. Making artwork. 3 minutes and 18 seconds. This is going to be a banger. He hasn't made album art for any other clips. So we know this is going to be good, guys. Strap in. Here we go.
Wise guys, keep that energy going. Thanks a motherfucking noise.
So big hiss energy, and echoey as fuck, muddy as fuck. It's gonna be hard to listen to.
Alright. So I went to my cousin's wedding a month or so ago, and at the wedding, the main thing that I took away from it was
This is as loud as I can get it. Sorry, loud as she goes on my board.
how much us whites love the cha-cha slide. Like, I'm serious, we fucking love that song. The only song that we love more than the cha-cha slide is Bohemian Rhapsody by me. We fucking love that shit. Right? And the reason why...
So he hasn't told a joke yet. We're 42 seconds in. I went to a wedding. White people love the cha-cha slide.
we love that song so much is because it has built-in dance instructions just for us. Alright? To the left now. To the right. We're like, okay, I got this. Take it back now, y'all. Our confidence starts building. And then that turn it out part song comes and fucks everything up. It'd be like, turn it out. And then we end up in the same spot that the fucking song started in. Cha-cha, real smooth. Black people, can I ask you a question, like a serious question? This is a safe place, right? What is the Charlie Brown? I'm serious, because every time that part comes on in any of
So just a bomb, just a giant bomb, you know?
It's definitely a no for me, dog.
Sorry, that's so fucking loud. So he's got this stinkeroo of a clip. He's got awful audio. He whips up, he's like, they're going to love this open mic bit that bombed. He whips up a thumbnail for it, and I shit you not. What I'm about to show you may be one of the, in like Hall of Fame for this show since 2005. Because it's rare that I come across something in comedy that I've never encountered. And here we go. Hall of Fame level cringe. 3-minute clip. He decided of muddy audio, shitty video, bit that didn't work. What does he need to do before he puts this out? He needs to get the hype up. He's got to let people know. So he makes a trailer. A trailer for this video. Where is it? Where is it? The cha-cha slide versus the electric slide trailer. So for a 3-minute, 19-second video, he makes a 33-second trailer to release the day before to let people know, hey, guys, I got a horrible bit coming tomorrow, but don't worry, the audio's awful. Stay tuned. Imagine warning people about your shitty comedy in advance. I have a clip coming you're all going to hate. A trailer for a clip. Now, Ari Shaffir put out trailers for his new special, Jew, which dropped yesterday on YouTube. It's probably had 1 million views already. Hour-and-a-half special. You can make a 3-minute trailer from an hour-and-a-half special. By the way, beautifully shot, beautiful audio, beautiful theater. Good special. I thought it was one of Ari's best specials. It's all about growing up as a Jew and being a Jew. Interesting and funny. It's beautiful. Self-produced, self-published on YouTube. You want to let people know that so that when it hits, he had 10,000 people watching the premiere. $43 views on the trailer, 99 views on the video. Let's just see how he cut together a trailer. Because I imagine if it's anything like the video editing we've seen.
Come to the stage right now. Put your hands together for Casper. Guys, make some motherfucking noise.
So you can't even hear him above the music. He didn't check this at all. He's like, the audio is bad and it is hard to understand me. I better put some music over it. I think I'm being trolled by, like, there's no way the general population, and by the way, this isn't even Gen Pop. These are people exposed to show business who consume comedy and media. You know what things look like and sound like when they're good. You should be able to go, hey, this doesn't look or sound anything like something good. Like even the video I have up on my YouTube channel, please go check it out. Pmelt on YouTube, Pmelt. Follow me on YouTube. From Wise Guys roasting Ty Rivera last month. That fucking video has board audio, multi-camera angles. It looks and sounds semi-professional. I wouldn't put it up otherwise. It's not worth your time. I respect you too much. Casper doesn't. Casper would rather put up some subpar garbage. Fuck you. I'm going to go viral with this muddy nonsense. Try to understand him. I'll crank it up. You try to understand him over the music. Watch this. He goes cha-cha real smooth, doesn't get any laughs, and then he literally just cuts to a segment of laughter, and then he cuts again to move on. So he spliced in just laughter. This is not how anyone edits a video. I swear to God, watch him. He goes cha-cha real smooth. Then it cuts. Then there's just laughter. He says nothing. Then it cuts again to make you think they laughed at cha-cha real smooth. It's like... Again, what's everyone up to? We're not dumb. Here we go. Cut. Laughter. Cut.
There are no instructions anywhere in that song. My name is Casper.
Premieres tomorrow at 8 a.m. Casper the Comic. Holy shit, guys. Like, wow. What, like, I don't even... I'm speechless about it. Do you know what I mean? Ty's on one. Let's hear about it.
Stand-up comedians as your competition. Let's talk about...
The cuts are wild. He must have been on coke when he edited this. The cuts are wild. He's, again, these people, it's like they're the reason they're such lolcows. They're the perfect mix of smart and dumb. Ty is smart enough to watch. This doesn't work, does it? No. Okay. He's smart enough to watch videos online and go, well, I like that style where like they say something interesting and then it cuts into them and they say something witty and then it cuts back out. He's smart enough to pick up on these cues, like editing and some graphics and effects, music. And the software today and ease of use does encourage everyone to give it a shot. But when a manic, dumb idiot like Ty straps in behind the editing machine, he can't help. It's manic. It's like I have to make a cut every 2 seconds. Or what am I even here for? It's like he looks at the waveform and just takes out gaps of silences. And then he goes through and he just randomly zooms in some of the clips. I watched 2 seconds of this and saw 90 cuts and jump zooms. Watch this.
Let's talk about why you should never look at the other stand-up comedians as your competition. What's up, everybody?
I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy to do.
Buddy, Ty Rivera here, the absolute best LGBTQ comedian in the world. Welcome to yet another Comedy Tip Tuesday. Today I want to talk about competition in stand-up and how it is two comics completely lost my respect one night, and it was because of their competition mindset.
Oh, God. He's got more grudges.
Here's the first thing I want to say. In my opinion, there really is no competition for me in stand-up outside of myself. For me, stand-up is a solo sport, so the only one that I would ever really have to compete with is me and what I've already...
Again, these are like life lessons everyone learns at a young age. Ty's just discovering them now in his 70s, so he has to share them with you like they're newfound discoveries and advice that's really poignant. Really got to run your own race. You're really your own enemy and your own competition. So you got to really focus on yourself. And as long as you're better than you were yesterday, then you'll be better than you are today, tomorrow. And you have to really strive to just make continual improvement. It's just like, yeah, right. Every motivational everything from all time ever. Ty. You know. Like, what the fuck, man? Who hangs out with this guy and doesn't laugh their ass off the minute he's gone?
Already done. So there's that. As far as competitions go, like comedy competitions, like World Series of Comedy or some of the others, I've won several competitions, and I realized that in those instances, I am technically competing against the other comics, but I still don't see them as competition. And that's probably why I end up winning a lot of things. Not that I'm really into doing competitions anymore, just because I feel like I'm past that in my career. But I do feel like in those instances, I've usually
Somebody said,
because I don't really see them as competitions. I see them as...
He said, have you been paying attention? The cuts are because he speaks too fast. Because he wants his thoughts to come out unedited. Oh. It's edited so heavily because he wants it to be unedited. Got it. It makes sense when you say it that way.
As I have to have the best set I can possibly have. I completely relax because, as I've told you guys before, I usually think of it as I can't win anyway, so I might as well just have the best set I can possibly have, and that's what ends up winning me the competition. But some comics always see it as they have to be better than the other comics. They have to get more laughs than the other comics. They have to match the other comics' energy, and it's really not like that at all. And
it's like, when we met this guy, someone sent me a message the other day and said that, or they left a comment or something. They were like, I was trying to explain, I had a long car ride and I was trying to explain to my friend the Ty Rivera saga, and they didn't understand it at all. And so I showed them a picture of Ty Rivera mid-2020 and what he looks like now. And the person didn't even believe they were the same person. It's dramatic. Look, I'm sure he's going to deteriorate worse and worse. But if you think I'm kidding, go to his YouTube channel on your own time. Look up his videos. And go back and watch the confidence, bravado, and the almost father-like mentality he had over this city. He was working all the clubs. Oh, hi to Edinburgh, Mikey. What happened on Nidri last night? I heard there was a double murder in Edinburgh on Nidri Street. What happened? And by the way, Nidri Street is not, it's known for chicanery. It's got some of the grossest condom-floored nightclubs you could hope to get your dick tucked in. Okay, so 2 stabbed. Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw something yesterday morning. I was like, what the fuck? It's very rare for Scotland, in it. But it's all gonna be popping off. Get ready. It'll just get worse and worse and worse. So then he gulps air and does the courtesy of cutting air gulps. Oh, okay. He's cutting all the air gulps to keep it honest. Got it. We got to go out and vote Democrat to protect our democracy. Got it. So, if you look at the difference in his demeanor and attitude, where he ran this city, pounded his chest, I'm one of the best comics here. I don't even really have competition here except maybe Butch Bradley is on his level. Remember that? Like, there's no other comics on my level here, so there's nothing even really to... It's like, from that guy to the guy who literally found himself relegated to midnights in a Thai restaurant. It's so the other end of the spectrum. It's so the other end of the spectrum. He's out of all the clubs. He's burned every friendship he has here. He went from loving and being really encouraged by the Vegas scene. I mean, that was this year, guys. He's like, I really look forward to the Vegas scene. Months ago, just a short number of months ago, my show's becoming the Kill Tony of the West. He's really excited about what he's building. He's doing coaching. You know, forget about the Patreon. I didn't even mean that. What would I even do? It's like, right. What would you even do for content? So, now he's like, I don't like Vegas. I'm really, turned off here. There's nobody here worth respecting. I lost respect for everybody here. And I'm really discouraged about this place. There's not really anywhere for me to move up here. My peers here aren't just really, really deluding himself into like, no, these are choices I made to be banned from every club and to lose all my friends. This is how I, any vote for a Republican is a vote against America, says Michael G. Biden really said that shit. It's 1984 times 10 billion. He said that? He said any vote for a Republican is a vote against America? Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, that's bananas. Give us a like if you don't want me to get political. Let's continue. We're only 1 minute into this lie fest.
I do say this with a lot of experience because I usually take people on the road with me that are more animated, that give more energy. And I do that because I actually want to follow that. I actually want to work kind of against that, you could say, because my style is more what you would call stand to deliver. I just deliver the joke and stand in one spot. I will move around a bit, but I'm not animated. And a lot of the people that I bring along...
He's cutting in between words, but I'm not animated. It's like, what's going on?
Are animated. I like following them. I like changing that energy. I like actually having to think about how I'm going to do that. And I have different tactics that I employ. And I don't mind talking.
You can tell he cut the clips up and then tweaked audio on some of them. The audio changes every time he cuts. You also hear like an audible pop with every cut. Like, what software even does this?
I'm talking about that on another video. But what I'm talking about at this point is that some people really do think this way. And I'm going to mention Trix, who I've talked about Trix, a comedian, before. He tried to steal one of my jokes, well, a couple parts of a joke at one point. And I don't respect him as a comic, but back then we were still friends. I lost respect for him as a comic on that particular day. Also, I lost respect for the other comic. I don't dislike the other comic. Technically, at this point, I don't dislike Trix. I feel bad for him because Trix is always trying to find the easy way out. That's why I don't respect Trix as a person. But as far as losing respect for Trix as a comic, that happened several months before we stopped being friends. And keep in mind, none of this comes from a malicious place. Like I said, I really don't care either way about Trix at this point. It is what it is. Our situation was what it was. And if I ever decide to go through it in detail again, I'll definitely do that. But for now, I just want to talk about this particular subject and why I think...
Imagine if like this was the lamp you had in your house. And by the way, you think I'm kidding and being mean? Look at this lamp. It's stained. It's yellowing around the seams. It's uneven. This is garbage art. It's like... this is what you have in your house. And then this fucking camcorder. Here's his alarm clock. You think I'm joking? This is his nightstand. Here's his water cooler. He's sitting on his bed.
Competition kind of destroyed both of them on this particular night and made me not respect them. Before we go any further, like the video, comment,
shiny walls.
Subscribe. If you don't know what to comment and you want to leave a comment, just leave a tooth emoji. I have a flipper. It's the reason I talk funny. Leave the tooth emoji if you want to leave a comment but don't know what to put.
I forgot that he got this flipper.
Have fun. Enjoy the video. Like, comment, subscribe. So what?
He got this flipper. And
But for now, I just want to talk about this particular subject and why I think competition.
If you hear it, why I think competition. Giant fake teeth. Flipper is what like pageant moms get for their kids to make them look like they have adult teeth. Straight, full teeth. So his teeth are falling out, so he now has fake. It's like, why not embrace that? It's like you clearly aren't striving for perfection. Sorry, I have a flipper in my mouth. I talk silly. Get over it. It's like, dude, it's dentures. Dentures.
Kind of destroyed both of them on this particular night and made me not respect them. Before we go any further, like the video, comment, and subscribe. If you don't know what to comment and you want to leave a comment, just leave a tooth emoji. I have a flipper. It's the reason I talk funny. Leave the tooth emoji if you want to leave a comment.
I'm trying to catch his teeth. That's what I'm doing.
I don't know what to put. Jack-o'-lantern works too.
Jack-o'-lantern. He's leaning into what I called him. He's leaning into what I called him. It's Mexican software. Imagine losing ties respect. Imagine keeping it. I think that's the better one. Imagine keeping ties respect. No one's ever done it yet. Not a guy. No one. No personal relationship. No professional relationship. No one. And yet people won't stay out of my DMs with shit about this guy. Exes, ex-friends, ex-business partners. You're a laughingstock at festivals around the globe, son. Oh, what did I do? Fuck.
Have fun. Enjoy the video. Like, comment, subscribe.
Whoa. Yeah, that's a hell of a look, man. Look how off this is. His eye. Like this, whoever did that sucks. It's so malaligned. Get it? Holy shit. That's bad. What's this one over here? And then do you think, like, I have a theory that all this stuff is to distract from all the moles and wrinkle lines and weird shit, injection marks.
So what happened was, it was a late night show at the LA Comedy Club. A comedian here in Las Vegas by the name of Jimmy McMurrin was running these late night shows. He had this flyer that had Jason Cheney, who's a comic you may have heard of. He's kind of blowing up on Instagram right now. And then also Tricks. And they were the two featured comics on the flyer. So I go that night just to go watch, just to go be supportive. I was friends with Jimmy. I was friends with Tricks at the time. And I was friends with Jason Cheney. But what happened was, we get towards the end of the night and Jimmy McMurrin is out in the hallway and so is Tricks and Jason Cheney. I'm just hanging out, not really thinking anything. You know, it wasn't like official show business or anything they were doing out there. They were just, as far as I knew, chatting. So then Jimmy McMurrin is like, okay, well, who's going to go last? Who's going to close out the show? And then it turns into this thing where Jason is like, I don't want to close out the show. And Tricks is like, I don't want to close out the show either. And then Jason's like, I don't want to follow you. And Tricks is like, I don't want to follow you either. And this is really happening. And it's right in front of me. And I'm just like, why don't these two bitches want to follow each other right now? We're in stand-up comedy. Shouldn't you both be able to follow each other? You're both supposed to be headliners. You both were featured on the flyer. I
already don't believe this story. It's like, we just covered that whole thing with DL Hughley and Monique getting into like a giant contract dispute about money and stuff, about which one was going to go last and headline. I'm sorry, but I've been doing this almost 20 years now, and I've never seemed to look. We all joke, you know, halfway through headlining a shitty week, I say to the feature, like, you go up and headline, I'll do your spot. We're kidding. You know. You ever seen two headliners go like, No, you headline. No, you headline. It's like, what? At a minimum, they'll go, I don't care either way. Otherwise, they're going to be like, I'll do it. Like, what are you talking about?
Personally don't care.
Unless, like, one has to go home. This doesn't happen. Kyle Anderson said, yeah, official show business. Right? It wasn't like official show business or anything. I gotta go.
Who I follow tricks him to be now. We're in stand-up comedy. Shouldn't you both be able to follow each other? You're both supposed to be headliners. You both were featured on the flyer. I personally don't care who I follow. Tricks himself has featured for me before. I have not featured for Tricks because Tricks always requests that I do not feature for him. He'll even tell club owners he doesn't want me to feature for him because he doesn't feel he can follow me. I personally do feel just on a comedic level, Tricks can follow me. Who knows whose jokes he's going to be doing, but he can follow me. That's the way I feel about it, but he doesn't feel that way. There was even a time when I did him the favor of not requesting his weekend, which was my choice at the Laugh Factory, because I could have either featured for him or I could have featured for Steve McGrew. Steve Mudflap McGrew, if you don't know, I've known for years.
Wow. I can't say this with enough humility, but I'm also not going to try. If you think Tricks goes around telling bookers, don't book Ty to feature for me because I can't follow him, you're eating corn syrup crisps for breakfast. Okay? You're crazy town. I can't imagine any headliner in this town who doesn't think they can follow Ty Rivera. Like, bro, you're not good. You do Who's Gonna Build the Wall jokes. You do trite, hack shit. You do mediocre crowd work that relies on your fucking race and your sexual orientation in order to get guilt laughs out of straight whites. You're not some comedy megalo monolith that, like, is towering above other. Like, what are you? In your head, this is nuts, Ty. It's borderline cuckoo for Crispy Crunch.
I worked with him before, and I knew he would be fine to follow me and he would have no problem with it. Steve McGrew really did just rock it like he's supposed to as a headliner the week that I worked for him. But I chose not to work for Tricks because I knew Tricks wouldn't want me to. Tricks has literally told me before, I don't want to follow you. Please don't request my weekend. Literally, that's what he told me. Even when I told him about the Laugh Factory situation, when I ended up featuring for Steve McGrew, I'd mentioned to him I could have done your weekend or Steve McGrew, and he was like, please tell me you didn't pick my weekend. Literally, this is what happened. But for me, all of this at the time.
For me, clothing available now at nobodylikesnames.com/store.
I didn't realize that he seriously was like that and didn't like to follow other funny comedians because he always wants to seem like he's way better than he is, which comes from a place of competition, which comes from a place of ego, which is really going to do nothing for you. So anyway, back to this situation. They're going back and forth, and literally this went on for long enough that I got uncomfortable watching it because I was just like, why is this taking this long to figure it out? Now, comedically, Jason Cheney is more low energy and he has less experience in Tricks, and Tricks is a better performer. So naturally, to me, the way that it should have worked out was just Jason Cheney should have gone up in the feature spot, so right before the headliner, and then Tricks should have gone up and headlined it. That's the way I thought it naturally should have went. But these two are both afraid of
Kyle Anderson said, yeah, it's cool. The feature gets to pick their headliner. Yeah.
Sitting there as the producer of the show, trying to accommodate both of them, which I understand Jimmy's position because Jimmy is newer to stand-up, so I can understand how he doesn't want to ruffle feathers with either one of the headliners that he's dealing with, and he's trying to treat them both with respect. But if I were Jimmy, I just would have said, this is the way the show is going, and I would have chose who's going to go up, and maybe Jimmy would have chose the opposite of what I would have chose, which would have been, like I said, Jason and then Tricks. Maybe Jimmy would have said it's going to be Tricks, and then
God, he really is tripping over between his lips and his teeth.
I would have said, this is the way it's going to go, and if you guys don't like it, then don't.
Between his lips and those new teeth, he is speech impediment to shit. This is really gonna affect you on stage.
On the show, and I'm not paying either of you motherfuckers, or I'm not paying whichever one of you doesn't actually want to do it. And so they both go inside for a second, I guess, to, I don't know, flip a coin or talk about it or trade tampons or whatever it is comics do when they're afraid to follow each other. And so they go inside, and I look at Jimmy, and I was like, this is turning into a thing. And he was like, I know. And he looked uncomfortable. And I was like, well, you're paying both of them, right? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, all right, well, why don't you do it this way? Why don't you give me both of their money and go ahead and put both of those motherfuckers before me in whatever order you want, and I'll headline the show. And Jimmy just started laughing and was like, yeah, I can't do that. But to me, that's what would have made the most sense, since obviously neither of them wanted.
What would have made the most sense to Ty is having Ty headline the show, of course.
It's a matter of competition and ego, and both of them wanting to think that they have to be better than the other. You don't have to be better. You can be you. You can be different. And
Kyle says the worst part of this long story is that a Vegas comedy show happens at the end of it. Yeah.
Than both of those comics, 100%. Not a question in my mind or theirs. But do I think of it that way when I'm supposed to perform? No. I just know that whatever happens.
Mikey's offering $5 in the chat for anyone who can tell what the fuck he's talking about.
As a headliner. And if you're not
it's
ready to
white
do that,
noise.
then you're not ready
Put
to
this on when you want to go to sleep if you want to have a panic attack.
For Joe Coy. And the way I got the
I would wake up sweating if this was on in the night. This is crazy.
Featuring Joe Coy came in because he was promoting his comedy special on, I believe, Comedy Central at the time. Yeah, Comedy Central was who it was for.
Isn't it crazy how all of my comedy idiots that I uncover, these frauds, pretend to be openers for Russell Peters?
He was doing a guest set, and I was the feature. And me just being the way I am, I knew Joe Coy was a beast of a performer, but I also knew that I just had to do what was my position in the show.
I'm not saying that as a joke, that I would wake up sweating.
Is cool with putting Joe Coy.
I would. If this was on, it's so manic. You can't tell me that your Apple Watch wouldn't shake you awake in the night and be like, is everything okay? It seems like you're having a coronary event. You're hyperventilating, you're sweating, you got increased rapid heart rate. You know, we're just worried that you may have AFib. And then you have to call an ambulance, or it's cool, I'm listening to Unbothered with Ty Rivera. And then they're like, oh, we get it. Carry on. You may want to take breaks. You ever been at a concert and your phone tells you that you're being exposed to too high of sound levels? And for your ear safety, you might want to find an auditory level that's more appropriate. Prolonged exposure could damage your hearing. You ever get those alerts? They should do that if you listen to Ty Rivera too long. They should be like, this could shorten your lifespan. It could trick your doctor into thinking you're having some sort of, you may be in need of a bypass or some sort of transplant. I would love to do that experiment. Lock people in a soundproof room, hook them up to this podcast, and see what it does to their heart rate and mood.
Up as the guest set, and then having me still feature, then that's just what I have to do, no questions asked. That's what the job is. And I was much newer to stand up, and I didn't have any say. Just like if somebody were headlining over me now, I wouldn't have any say. That's not my place. They tell me the way it's supposed to work. They're the headliner, they're the boss. So Russell Peters says, I'm going up after Joe Coy. I don't think anything about it. I'm just nervous because
the cuts are making me nauseous. The pretzels are making me.
There's a lot less nerves involved, but then I was a lot newer. This was at the Brea Improv, and Joe Coy went up, and he was 100% Joe Coy. He did not pull any punches and absolutely rocked it. Undeniably a Joe Coy set, which if you're familiar with Joe Coy kills it. And so Joe Coy, I go up completely.
You can hear the pubic hair scraping his uvula.
To the end of my set. 100% rocket. I get off stage. I go to the green room. Joe Coy, who I had met before, was like, you're absolutely fucking amazing. I want you to feature for me. I give Joe Coy my number. A couple weeks later, I'm working for Joe Coy, and a year and a half later, I stopped working for Joe Coy. But we had an amazing year and a half. I learned a lot of stuff, and it was all because I never got into a competition mindset with Joe Coy. From that first night...
Imagine that the whole point of this lesson was to say, when I worked with Joe Coy, I didn't get a big head and think I was better than him. That's this story. Hey, me and Joe Coy, just a couple men of the same ilk, peers, if you will, and it never got like that between us. Joe never said to me, "You're headlining tonight," and I never said to him, "You're headlining tonight." It just kind of worked itself out. Joe always headlined.
And the comedians that feel like, I have to be better than this person. You will naturally be better than them because while they're trying to compete with you, in your mind, they're not even a factor. You're just doing the best you can possibly do. And
this is really what this is. The lesson of this is don't look at anybody as competition but yourself. Just try to improve. Don't try to flex on people. And then he, as an example, he uses the time he worked with Joe Coy and didn't bow up at Joe Coy and let him know that I'm actually naturally funnier than you. I just let it go and it got me work. Old me would have walked right up to him, poked him in the chest, and said, I'm better. Oh.
And you're going to get the best result that you can possibly get because as a comedian, that's what the job is. So I hope this helped to illuminate for you guys the way that I think about stand-up and gives you a different perspective on thinking of stand-up as a competition because you're only going to ruin yourself that way. And I said I was going to talk about tricks and why it was I thought he kind of ruins himself by thinking of things as competition and how he's always trying to take the easy way out. And to me, that's what that was, because naturally he just should have said, yeah, I should be headlining this show. And he could have said it in a complimentary way and not insulted Jason Cheney. He could have just been like...
Hold on. So his whole lesson about competition and why you shouldn't get a big head and be competitive, the story you're using for an example of that is the time two guys didn't want to headline? Correct me if I'm wrong. I know I've done a lot of marijuanas tonight. But am I missing something? The whole point of this video is don't let being competitive in competition ruin opportunities. And the example he's holding up is some sort of weird ass story where two comics were like, you headline, no, you headline, no, you headline. Basically the opposite of competing and going like, that's what they were doing, competing. It's like, what? Not only is the story not believable, but it doesn't even make sense as an allegory to your, this doesn't back up what you're saying. And then you also hold up as like some sort of, lesson. The time you didn't tell Joe Coy you're actually better than him. It's like, this all just felt like a long way of telling us how you're better than Joe Coy. That's what this felt like.
Like, yeah, I don't mind closing out the show. That's what I would have done. There's some shows that it's just a no-brainer that I should headline them, and I'm not going to argue with anybody or complain. I mean, yeah, sometimes I would like to get out a little earlier or whatever. Sometimes comedians have ego, and they'll be like, yeah, I want to close out the show. As long as my money doesn't change, I don't care what position I...
So which one is it? He's like, sometimes comedians have ego, and they're like, I want to close the show. But this was just a whole thing about how these two comics had ego because they didn't want to close the show. Which the fuck is it? Am I nuts? Mike says, from what I heard, Ty's annoying. Scene. Oh, okay. Now that you've pointed it out, hey, join the overdose for me. I'm getting out of here. I gotta go to Phoenix tomorrow.
magic melt